Most people think living paycheck to paycheck is a low-income problem, something that only affects people struggling to survive, people earning minimum wage, people without stable jobs. But in 2026, something strange is happening. Millions of Americans earning $60,000, $80,000, even $100,000 a year still feel broke, still feel behind, still feel like their paycheck disappears almost as soon as it arrives. So what's really going on? Because this isn't just about income anymore. This is about a system and a pattern that quietly traps people no matter how much they earn. Let's break it down. A few decades ago, the idea of middle class was simple. You had a stable job, you paid your bills, you saved a little, and over time, you built a life. But today, that same formula feels broken. Not because people are lazy, not because they don't work hard, but because the cost of simply existing has changed. Housing, healthcare, transportation, food. These aren't luxury expenses, they're survival expenses, and they've been rising faster than most people's income. Imagine someone earning $75,000 a year. On paper, that sounds comfortable, but now break it down. Rent or mortgage, $2,000 a month. Car payment and insurance, $700. Groceries, $500 to $700. Health insurance and medical costs, $400. Utilities, phone, and internet, $300. Minimum debt payments, $400. Already, most of that income is gone, and we haven't even included savings, or investing, or unexpected expenses, or enjoying life. So even though the income looks decent, the margin is razor thin. And that's where the paycheck to paycheck cycle begins. But rising costs are only part of the story. There's something deeper happening, something psychological, something behavioral. Because two people can earn the same income, live in the same city, and still end up in completely different financial positions. The difference is not just what they earn, it's how their life expands around that income. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the most powerful traps in modern finance. When people earn more, they don't just save more, they upgrade everything. A slightly nicer apartment, a slightly better car, more subscriptions, more convenience, more comfort. None of these upgrades feel extreme, they feel deserved, reasonable, even necessary. But over time, they quietly eliminate any financial progress. Every raise gets absorbed, every bonus disappears, and life keeps resetting back to zero. Now add one more layer. Modern spending has become almost invisible. There was a time when spending money required effort. You had to carry cash. You had to physically hand it over. You felt the loss. Today, spending is frictionless. Tap your phone, click a button, auto-renew subscriptions, saved credit cards, 1-second purchases. Money leaves your life without resistance. And when there's no resistance, there's no awareness. People don't feel broke because of one big mistake. They feel broke because of hundreds of invisible ones. $9.99, $14.99, $27.50. Small amounts repeated constantly. Streaming services, food delivery, convenience fees, impulse online purchases. These don't feel dangerous, but together they create a financial environment where money flows out faster than people realize. And then there's debt. This is where the system becomes even more powerful, because debt doesn't just take your money, it takes your future income. Credit cards, car loans, student loans, buy now, pay later plans. All of these create a situation where part of your paycheck is already spent before you even receive it. Imagine earning $5,000 a month. If $1,200 of that is already committed to debt payments, you're not really living on $5,000. You're living on $3,800. But your lifestyle is often built around the higher number, and that gap creates pressure, stress, and more reliance on debt, which creates an endless loop. Here's where it gets even more interesting, because this isn't happening by accident. The modern economy is built around consumption. Companies don't make money when you save, they make money when you spend. So everything is designed to encourage spending. Faster checkouts, personalized ads, limited time offers, one-click purchases, subscription models. Everything is optimized to reduce friction and increase frequency. And it works because human psychology is predictable. People seek comfort, convenience, instant rewards, and modern financial systems are perfectly designed to deliver all three at a cost. Now think about this. If someone saves just $10 a day, that's $3,650 a year. Invested over 25 years, that could grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if that same $10 disappears daily through small spending, it creates the opposite effect. Instead of building wealth, it builds dependency on the next paycheck. That's the real trap. It's not just about being broke, it's about staying dependent. So why do so many Americans live paycheck to paycheck in 2026? It's not just one reason, it's a combination of forces working together. Rising fixed costs that shrink financial breathing room, lifestyle inflation that absorbs income increases, frictionless spending that hides daily money leaks, debt that claims future income, and a system designed to keep money moving, not growing. Individually, each of these feels manageable, but together they create a cycle that's incredibly hard to escape. But here's the part most people miss. Escaping this cycle does not require a massive income jump. It does not require extreme sacrifice. It requires awareness. Because once people start seeing where their money actually goes, their behavior begins to change. Not through force, but through clarity. They notice patterns. Spending when stressed, spending when bored, spending for convenience, spending to feel better. And once those patterns become visible, they become controllable. Someone who reduces just a few unnecessary expenses, avoids upgrading their lifestyle with every raise, and directs even a small portion of income towards investing can completely change their financial future. Not overnight, but over time. Because wealth is not built through big moments, it's built through small, consistent decisions, repeated daily. The truth is simple. Living paycheck to paycheck no longer is just about how much you earn. It's about how money flows through your life, and whether that flow is controlled or automatic. Because if you don't control where your money goes, something else will, and it will always choose spending over saving. In the end, the difference between feeling broke and building wealth isn't luck, it isn't intelligence, it isn't even income, it's awareness. Where your money goes every single day quietly determines where your life ends up years from now. If you want to understand money on a deeper level and take control of your financial future, subscribe to Ion Invests for more.